Sorry for the primitive video. My name is the infamous Todd. I have never had a camera that made movies. For me, I've had cameras that did movies of like, hey, let me show you my house. But I've never had one that I pointed at myself and said, let's make something. And I just bought this camera, so I'm begging that you please bear with me as I try to figure out how to use the camera and the recording equipment and the editing equipment and all this stuff that's coming together to try to create this show each week. All I knew that if I waited another day to start this, it would probably never get done. And it's really important to me that I start this. A long time ago, when I was in the hospital, a bunch of my friends and family members told me that I should start a video daily vlog or like a diary for my grandchildren so they could learn who their grandfather was during their lifetime. And I've been pushing it off and pushing it off and pushing it off. And I figured this is the time to do it. I dedicate this time to figure out how to make this successful. And back then it would have been harder. Back then I hardly had any T cells. I was in the hospital. I could barely lift my head. Instead of my viral load being undetectable, back then it was 4 million. It was off the charts. And I was diagnosed with diluted cardiomyopathy in the advanced stages and told that I was not eligible for a heart transplant because of the condition of the rest of my health. So things kind of looked grim, and I didn't want to do a video diary because back then a video diary was kind of like the countdown to the day you died. And I want to show my grandchildren how funny I am and that I had great spirit and I was an optimist. And I'm hoping that this will be reflective in each show that you and I put together each week. You know, because back then I looked like death. But I was lucky. I'm hyper optimist. I'm that person that sits inside the back of the bar and watches people. And I love watching the details of their lives and their behavior. And I like to observe it. And I wrote books about the details of characters based on the people around me. So I think it'd be funny to do a show kind of like in the same realm. And I've been lucky because I have a wonderful life. I live here in Chaska, Minnesota with this awesome man named, you'll get to know him, I call him my Michael, not to be confused with all the other Michaels in my life. I seem to have a dozen of them around me. 2 of them alone are my brother. I have 2 brothers named Michael. Is that crazy or what? And I want you and I to laugh. Every time I turn on the news, I find another reason to want to turn the TV set off. It's just constant and constant all the time. And I want to use those moments. I only get a few moments like this each week. And I want to use that to create something for my family and my friends and my fans and my grandchildren and my children. You know, I'm a playwright. I've written over 25 books and novels. I have over 200 paintings in homes all over the world. And I feel like if I look inside your eyes, for one, you're probably looking at my eyes if you know me and say, oh my God, is that what Todd looks like in real life? It looks like shit. But that's okay. Because you know what? It beats the alternative. You know, the alternative was to put a toe tag on me, and that wasn't going to happen. That didn't work in my plans. I have too many other things to do. So I transferred all my books to Amazon to make my life easier, and I decided this is going to be my new project. This is what I want to dedicate my time to so I can feel productive. So I transferred all my books to Amazon from my other publisher to make it easier. And if you look inside the More Info tab, you can get all those links and stuff. But I'm not here to sell you something. I'm not trying to give you a cover charge. The only purpose I'm here is try to make you smile, to show my family that I still have a spark inside me and that I want to share it. If you Google Infamous Todd, you'll notice that's me. You don't have to, don't do it now. Don't do it now, pay attention. This is only a couple minutes long. But if you Google Infamous Todd, I'm right on the top. In fact, I'm pretty much all of the links in there. And God forbid you Google my whole name, Todd Kaczynski Kottmeyer, because then you're going to get thousands and thousands of links, because there's not many Todd Kaczynski Kottmeyers running around the world. Now, with a name like that, now you understand why people call me Todd. And then when people say, which Todd, because they have multiple Todds in their life, they don't try to say Kaczynski Kottmeyer. I'm pretty sure most of them say, Infamous Todd. And what's funny is most people understand exactly who they're talking about. I'm hoping that along this journey, you're going to use the subscribe button that's on the bottom of this video. It doesn't obligate you to anything. It doesn't cost you a penny. Just press subscribe, because then it shows my grandchildren that I'm still able to make other people smile. And if you could do that, and if you could do that, that'd be awesome. That'd be terrific. That'd be fantastic. Because then it would show that there's some value to what I'm trying to accomplish here inside their lives and inside of mine. And hopefully along the way I'll make you laugh and I can make a little bit of a difference inside your life too. And I don't want you to read the comments below. The ones about, the ones that come from the haters. Because this project isn't about haters. It's about you and me trying to just brighten up our day. And I'm hoping that our future shows will feel like something that you helped put together. And I'm hoping that you'll understand that the show is going to be about contradictions. You know what contradictions are? Like one episode will be like Mother's Day versus Father's Day. The wife's wedding engagement ring compared to the scrap of metal left on the floor that they give the groom. Brothers versus sisters. Cats versus dogs. Morning people versus night people. I want to take the observations that I collect and the ones that you point out and make videos that are both informative but yet funny at the same time, and try to keep them under 5 minutes, because I know that all of us have a short attention span in this new world that we live in. So once again, I'm going to ask you to hit that red subscribe button that's on the bottom, and if you click that little bell that's next to it, then that'll automatically send you an email each time we post a new video. And in the comment section, I need you to write down ideas of things that you and I should talk about inside our contradiction episodes of the Infamous Todd Show. I thank you for your patience, and I truly will get better at working this camera and editing and the voices and the color distillation. At least my painting came out great. But in the meantime, I hope that you'll stick around and watch other videos from me. Thank you very much.